Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Texans going up against the Broncos. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
Okay, Larry, we are located a couple miles west of the Colorado State Capitol building here in downtown Denver. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans. And I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game, there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Northwestern University. It's Trevor Siemian.
This young man is near and dear to my heart. I saw him play in high school. Olympia High School in Orlando, Florida, where he was a prolific passer, real smooth in delivering the football. Had to sit a while at Northwestern before he got his chance to be a full-time starter. Showed his potential. Drafted late in Denver. And now he's got a chance to be a starter in the NFL.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step. And that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Fights through, and now a crease. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cat blitz, you're expected to come after the quarterback, but in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deep as the deepest offensive player so he can't get outside of you.
Room to run inside the 40. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A very solid gain of 27. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief It was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. If I had missed him, it would have been a
different story.
Long night.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, Anderson. And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. C.J. Anderson, a 23-yard run. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And he knocks it through. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. The former national champion at Clemson bringing him onto the field, and that's the signal caller, Deshaun Watson.
Tremendous overall athlete, does everything that you're looking for. Big time in the quarterback run game against their better opponents, but can also operate skillfully from the pocket and can beat you with his mind as well.
And he'll send the tight end in motion left. Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll make this a second and long. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Brendan Langley picks it. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
A first down carry for Henry. And he showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through. Pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Nice pickup. 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
What we're seeing from the defense here is a group of guys bearing down, trying to help out their quarterback after he threw an interception. Good stops on the first 2 downs. It brings up a key 3rd down.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Derrick Henry taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
McManus now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Second down now after the incompletion. Throwing again is Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Brendan Langley picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Part of what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They give it to Hill running right. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. And we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game. Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. From the gun, here's Watson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. 21-0 our score. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 15. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. And he is out of bounds, getting it just shy of the 35. Fresh set of downs here. A shotgun snap for Simeon. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Simeon. And some space here. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Again, it's Henry. He'll get it to the 40. He broke a tackle there, but couldn't get much further. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down.
Let's go! Green! No. Check! Patriot!
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a handoff to Henry. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Let's go!
They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Zach Cunningham coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Zach Cunningham in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
3rd and long. It's Simeon. And the pressure gets to him again. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. Back to Denver right after this. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. They begin the drive with Hill. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here we go! Ohio! Flex round!
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Come on, let's go!
On 1st and 10, Watson looking deep downfield. That's caught at the 25. And give them a gain of 37. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Watson on 1st down. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a team...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by T.J. McDonald. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
How about that interception? Like father, like son. Tim McDonald Sr. had 40 interceptions in the NFL, playing with Arizona and San Francisco. His son trying to follow in his footsteps.
Here we go now.
After the interception, here's Simeon. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. On 1st and 10, Simeon. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. On 2nd down, here's Henry. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Brad Wing now to punt it away on 4th down. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Deshaun Watson and the Texans offense trot back out there. Rough so far for him. That's the only way to describe it. He's thrown more completions to the other team than he has to his. 3 INTs thus far.
Love the description. Rough, rocky, shaky, all of those things. But this is where you find out about a quarterback, isn't it? This is where you find out about your team leader. Can he handle some of that adversity, bounce back, and give them better play down the stretch? They still have a chance to win.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Delayed game, offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
Still 2nd down.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. The final shot before the break. Watson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half two after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
Throw left side complete. That's Martin. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On first down, Abdullah. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
To throw on second is Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Play action for Miller. Now Watson going deep for Hopkins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. They chalked that one up as a gain of 34 on third down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The penalty, it's Hill. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Defense showing blitz. Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On second down, here's Simeon. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They'll try the right side with Henry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. To throw on second is Simeon. That one taken in by Carlos Henderson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Simeon now to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. Give him 30 yards there.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. If you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. Here's Simeon now on second down. Goes underneath for Henry. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And McManus able to put it through, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
So 2nd and 10 here.
Here we go. Flick round.
Back to throw, Watson. Over the middle, complete. It's Martin. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down.
Here we go.
To throw is Watson. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, Hill. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Off of play action, it's Watson. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
And now out comes Houston. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. Space to maneuver at the 40. And it's complete to Martin. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Here's Watson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jamie Meter with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And Miller with it over the middle. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Now a 1st down throw. Watson got his man complete over the middle. That's Martin. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So they're operating in the red zone. From the red zone now, Watson. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Now it's Watson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far, nothing going right offensively. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that